Today, I'd like to share with you a few practical tips for new market entrants into the Russian market. All these advices are based on my 30 years plus hands-on experience of helping international businesses in Russia. I'm Stanislav Grafski, a Russian lawyer, market entry consultant and entrepreneur. I introduce international clients to new sales channels and market opportunities in Russia within 90 days. Stay subscribed to my channel, my mailing list, and click the bell icon below so you don't miss out my other videos with hard-to-find insights on doing business with and in Russia. While some of my today's tips may seem obvious, don't ignore them. They might have some other connotation with specific Russian context. Besides, my intent is simple and easy to apply advice, so you avoid unnecessary costs to form your own opinion on this matter. Tip 1. Evaluate market advantages. Match your key market expectations with Russia's key market advantages first to identify Russia's positioning on your foreign market priority list. By the way, we'll stop by the market challenges in a few seconds. If you didn't see my video with Russian market attractions, here is its extract. A. Russia is the biggest national market in Europe with 150 million consumers, with single market policies within Eurasian Economic Union of 5 ex-USSR countries and 185 million consumer base. B. Lower competition than in any advanced economy or any European Union country. C. Dozens of unsaturated niches, industries and sectors to expand into. D. Most assets are greatly undervalued with cheap yet highly skilled manpower and millions of English speakers. Tip 2. Evaluate market challenges. There are tons of information about the Russian economy out there. Unfortunately, pretty much of that info is rather biased due to political reasoning. I suggest that you form your own specific questionnaire and ask your sources familiar with Russian business realities to comment it. If you don't have buddies on this market, use LinkedIn to identify a few, then make your own judgment. Tip 3. Do quick market research and benchmarking. In many instances, you don't necessarily need in-depth feasibility study to identify demand for a product in Russia. The Russian market is unsaturated in many areas these days. So getting the first reaction from your potential customers might send you a clear signal whether to proceed further or not. Tip 4. Personal relations is key to business success on this market. Be open to establish good relations with your partners, buyers, suppliers, etc. As a general rule, Russians tend to screen you at the personal level to identify whether you're a trusted person to deal with. Once you establish such a relationship, they will likely introduce you to other decision makers and other business connections, thus paving the ground for your further business development success in this country. Once again, personal relations always prevail over formal contract, so build trust first. Tip 5. Find a reliable local partner. Strictly speaking, new market entrants don't need a joint venture in Russia. However, having a competent local partner significantly speeds up your market entry process. Make sure your Russian partner fully understands your actions and rationale behind them before you make your first step. If you stick to this rule, you'll be surprised how creative and efficient your partner would be with solutions proposed. Tip 6. Be friend with local competitors. Be friendly with competitors in your niche and consider them rather your allies than your local competitors. That would broaden your business relationship and you'll learn the local landscape much faster. Tip 7. Stay politically correct. Russians are generally proud of their culture, heritage and history. Quite often, they appear to be self-criticizing and over-demanding to their political elite. However, they don't like outsiders to judge them. Russians believe their internal issues are strictly their family business. So stay away from criticizing local leaders, politics or traditions. Tip 8. Choose your market entry point wisely. It is always easier to start from one geographical location and keep expanding from there. Good option would be your Russian partner's location, where your partner is already established and can help you grow faster. Many entrants traditionally start from Moscow, St. Petersburg, where most of resources are at arm's reach. Technology and manufacturing companies tend to launch in a region with existing local facilities and cheaper labor force. Tip 9. Take due diligence and security checks seriously. One of most known myths is questionable payment discipline by the Russian contractors. Experts admit that in many cases, Russian buyers prefer to pay in advance before the goods delivery. However, due diligence is always recommended as prerequisite step. Local advisors could perform those checks faster and better than their international counterparts due to peculiarities in information collection. Tip 10. English language is not an issue. It is my feeling that half of homeless cats in Moscow and St. Petersburg speak English these days. In reality, we talk about millions of Russians speaking English fluently, so hiring English-speaking staff could not be easier. Tip 11. Cultivate government relations, GR. State authorities is the most powerful stakeholder in Russia. Consider local government as your partner, you will be rewarded. It's crucial to demonstrate you bringing real value to local communities and people who live there. Tip 12. Identify the government needs and capitalize on GR. Russian governments at all three levels, federal, regional and local, have numerous projects to finance public-sensitive programs. Check government tenders if your product could meet some of those. Many such projects are in the areas of infrastructure projects of all kinds, transportation, construction, services, high-tech, airspace, energy, ICT, pharmaceuticals, healthcare, international events, technologies, shipbuilding, power engineering. You continue the list. In many cases, international expertise, in particular outside of Moscow and St. Pete, is the only option for such tenders to get a reliable contractor for the years to come. And my last tip, be creative and capitalize on challenges. For example, Russia's vast territory and underdeveloped transportation infrastructure is considered a challenge for trade. At the same time, Russia has the highest internet and mobile phone penetration across Europe. There is a number of new logistics companies that deliver to any point on the Russian map and collect payments upon delivery. Use those players as your logistics and payment processing contractors and start selling your goods online. E-commerce, by the way, is one of the boosting industries in Russia with great growth prospects nowadays. If you want to learn more about the Russian market realities, join my LinkedIn group Market Entry and Business in Russia. You'll find the link below. Also, get connected with me on LinkedIn. That link is also below. Just send me a note saying you saw my video, so I would prioritize your contact request out of a few hundreds on the waiting list. If you'd like to discuss your business prospects on the Russian market, book your consultation with me using the link below. Please subscribe to my channel and my mailing list using the links below and click the bell icon so you won't miss my other coming videos with battle-tested advices. And don't forget to share this video with those of your contacts who could benefit from it. And please, give me a like. Everyone likes to get likes. Besides, say hi to me in the comment section below to establish direct connection and help this video go up in searches. Thank you very much for your time indeed, and I look forward to meeting you soon.